Hello, Josie here. Are you ready for the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? And are you sure? Okay, here we go. God did not give you a spirit of fear, but one of power. So therefore, God is going to be with you whatever you go through. And it might be difficult and troubling or hard to believe at times because of everything that you're dealing with, everything that you're going through, right? I can tell you this for me, personally. I am in another period of transition. And when I tell you, this transition that I'm currently going through is not one that I expected or planned. I'm going to share this with you. That the house that I lived in, the home that I lived in, I thought I was going to be there for a long period of time. And I was there for a long period of time. But I thought I was going to be there indefinitely. Yes, I may have wanted to travel. Yes, I may have wanted to experience other environments, other places, other spaces, other cities, other towns. But I always thought that my home base would be in that house that I lived at for over 2 decades with Mike. And God had to remove me. He had to remove me from that place. He had to make it so difficult for me to remain in that place that I had to let it go. And I'm talking about from all different angles. From the neighbors around me that I never really knew, but showed me their ass to kiss in more ways than one, and enacted and engaged in certain behaviors that let me know these were not people that I wanted to be around. The area that I was residing in was not getting better. It was getting worse, meaning the people that were coming into the neighborhood had an attitude of not wanting things to get better, but making things worse. Not only for themselves, but the people that were also living in that neighborhood. To the point where you could not really walk the neighborhood without having to deal with some kind of combativeness, some kind of issue, some kind of bullying, some kind of negative energy or negative behavior that was going on in the environment. It made you have to be on guard your surroundings. Third, when your spirit is just not in line with a community, you gotta go. Or you're just making it worse for yourself. You're giving yourself more of a headache. You're dealing with more anger, more frustration, more toxic things being done against you to try to come at you, to try to negatively affect you and what it is that you're doing in your life. And a lot of the reason is because the people that are around you are not able to move and or have a lack of motion in their lives. So they don't want anybody else to have any motion in their life. So they will set up attacks to keep you from bettering yourself. I was in an environment where I wanted to do some big things in that environment. And I was just being fought, They didn't want any change. They didn't want any good things going on in the neighborhood. They wanted to continue to drive it to toxicity. And I could not and would not, and God did not want me to be around that anymore. The area was dragging me down. The energy was pulling me down. But here's the other part of that too. I didn't know exactly where I was going to go. I did not have what you call a plan B or a plan C in place for where it was that I was going to go. So I basically became homeless. Yeah, homeless, houseless. Nobody really likes to be in that position. Nobody likes to be in that headspace. Nobody likes to have to think about where they're going to rest their head, where they're going to keep their belongings and whatnot. And I ended up letting a lot of stuff go that I've had for a long, long time. Items that I never thought I would get rid of, that I no longer have in my possession. And there was a freedom that came with that as well too. Letting it go. Letting the house go. Letting the material possessions go. Letting go of the environment. It was freeing. I was free. Yeah, I was free. I am free now. I was free then. But what that area was doing to me, what those people were wanting to happen to me, they wanted me to suffocate in that home. They wanted me to die in that home. They wanted my spirit, my hope to be destroyed in that house, in that home. And God was not going to let them do that. He was not going to allow them to believe and or think that they had that kind of power over me. So he removed me. And now God wants me to tell you what's happening to a lot of those people in that neighborhood. Those neighbors, their health is failing. And God just let me know that one of those neighbors that was draining me, siphoning from me, they're passing away. They've been passing away. But they were trying to hold on. They were trying to force certain things to remain the same, including me being in that area, so that they could continue to siphon and drain me. They were using a lot of different people, a lot of different tactics to basically try to dim and or turn off my light within. And God was not going to allow them to do it. So I had to trust, and I'm still having to trust God now in the places and the spaces that he is taking me to. I have to trust him. I have to believe and keep the faith that God knows where he wants me to be. And not worrying about anybody around me, whatever their agenda is, because he kept me for quite a long time in that environment that I was at. So I know that he's keeping me even now when I'm in a brand new environment that I have never, ever been in for longer than a couple of hours. I got a lot of work to do, but the work that I have to do is nothing compared to the work that a lot of other people have to do that have been engaging in the negative and toxic behavior that they have been engaging in. The work that I have to do is promising, fulfilling, pleasurable, and nobody, and I mean nobody, can take it away from me. It's time to enjoy life. Even more so now that I'm free. I'm free from those people, those environments, those places, and those spaces that were doing any and everything that they could to take me out, to drain me, to siphon from me, to deplete me of any love, any passion, any joy, any fulfillment that I had in my life. And these people came at me even more so after the passing of Mike, because they felt as if they were next up in line to drain and siphon and steal and kill my joy, my passion. And God said no. God said hell no. And that's where a lot of these people are going. That's where a lot of these people are at in their mind, in hell. Gotta go. Bye.